Okay, using this 1.3 millimeter Posca pen in white, I guess that's medium, and using my handwriting as a font, topping it with this blue Gelly Roll Moonlight opaque gel pen. And then I made a second one with these red, orange, and pink Gelly Roll opaque pens. And I enjoyed the results, so I pasted them in my sketchbook. Thank you for watching. It's a new year. Happy New Year to you all. Just putzing around in my sketchbook and seeing that I have several that are almost finished. Instead of waiting for them to fill up to make a tour, I will take you with me in filling the last few pages of each one. I see other artists just drawing and talking, so I'm going to copy them and make videos of me drawing and talking. I think I won't try to talk about the drawings, but instead practice telling stories. To start, I will tell you a story about how I used to be so determined to find validation through the admiration of the opposite sex. I wasn't a fatherless child, but I was still starved of a father's love. If any male person showed interest in me, I was over the moon. This determination didn't stop until I was about 38. It got me in so many fixes. But this particular time, in 1985-ish, a young man wanted to take me to the movies. We took the Dexter bus downtown to go to the show. I lived with my big mama because my dad had moved away for a job and my mother found me incorrigible. So we, this young man and I, saw a movie. I don't recall what movie or if I enjoyed it, but I do remember we caught the last bus back, and he was inclined to walk me a few blocks back to my door. I realized then that I didn't have my key. I had to knock on the door well after 1 a.m. with this male person that I had never introduced to my grandmother. After a lot of knocking, she answered the door with a gun. She cracked the door and peeked her pistol through the crack. She said, "Who is it?" I said, "Big Mama, it's me." She said, "Who is me?" I said, "It's me, Becky." She said, "My granddaughter has a key. Everybody who lives here has a key." She asked the young man his name, and he couldn't talk. I don't remember what else happened, but I do remember that I never saw that young man again. Now I realize that a lack of knowledge about God was the reason I had so many problems as a young woman. God is the matchmaker. If I'd had a relationship with the Most High and I had learned to hear Him speaking to me, I would have been able to focus on other things while I waited for God's timing to send the one He made for me to show up. I would have understood that whoever the one who was the one was, he was still getting prepared to be the husband that Jesus wanted me to have. Wherever he was still undercooked. If I had known that there was only one person for me, I would not have been trying to make square pegs fit in round holes, so to speak. I would not have invested so much time or given so much of myself to men who were not intended for me and did not have good intentions for me. I thought that there were options, that I was making a selection like picking a pot roast. But this isn't it at all. The Lord has made you in your mother's womb wonderfully and fearfully, and He has made a match for you as well. If I could tell my younger self that you won't even meet the man you are going to marry for 25 years, that may have helped me to make better choices. I was 60% raised by the television and the radio, which is a problem all in itself. If I had learned to give the word more weight than the world, I would have had much better circumstances. The world teaches that you need to search for the man for you. The Bible teaches that the man will find you. If I had spent my time studying, I would have known that some people aren't even intended to marry, that a man that didn't love God would not have a genuine love for me. And without reading the whole Bible and taking a close look at Jesus, it would not be easy to see what love looks like. If I could give my younger self advice, I would tell her to get to know God first, and then it will be easy to recognize the man that is God's best for you. That once you get to know the God that knows all things, you can simply ask him, Lord, is this the one? And if the Lord tells you no, then it will be easy to keep it moving. You won't need to watch out for certain mannerisms or know 8 ways to tell if a man is husband material. Just ask God. Of course, I don't regret my wayward youth. I learned some lessons, and I have become wiser, and now I can give good advice to those who are getting new opportunities to make these same choices. That is it, and that is all.